A local rapper and his friend are wounded and rushed to the hospital after what police are calling a follow-home robbery.
The victims, rapper Wakko the Kidd. Both men shot multiple times, left in critical condition.
You got shot 6 times?
Yes, sir. They masked up. It's 2 dudes. By the time I even see what's going on, they already like this. And they look and they see the pistol in my hand and they just started shooting. Every time I got shot, it went through me. I said, I'm about to die, bro. I'm butt naked in the street. And then the first thing I did, homie, was grab my balls, dog. Make sure I could feel everything. It was all over the news. While I was in the hospital bed, the police came in. I was like, that's snitching, dog. I'm not. That's what I told them. They looked at each other like, oh, brother.
You're now watching the Gobcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
Me and this guy last week, we were sitting on the beach, like snorting tobacco and getting drunk. And I just feel like it's not going to look good on camera.
I snorted some tobacco in Colombia in a ritual, like some crazy powder.
Wait, what kind of ritual? What do you mean?
It was a Amazonian. It was like $200 a person to go to this Michelin restaurant. It was like a 2-star Michelin or some shit like that. It's like a 3-hour experience where like everything that there was no menu. Like it was like a chef from the Amazon.
Yeah.
And besides food and shit that you've never heard of, obviously it's food from tribes and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was all different types of weird things to try. Like they had like this little mini shot of different liquors. One was made out of ants. One was made out of fucking the cocoa, the chocolate plant and the cocaine plant. You know what I'm saying?
You got me leaning forward now.
Liquor, you know what I'm saying? Like some black paste they wiped on your hand, and they were like, like culturally, you and all your boys or your family would sit around with a little lump of it, and throughout the night, every so often, you just lick it, and they're like, it's like a tobacco black paste, and it was like bitter as. But the shit got you wired though if you kept licking it, like not high, but like a tobacco like wired.
You're just wide awake.
Yeah. And you would sit there and talk all night, and then they did this weird V-shaped wood that they packed the tobacco in, and they stuck the other side up my nose, and it was like, it's all online and shit like that.
Wait, this sounds incredible. This sounds like something I would love to go do.
Yeah, it was dope. Like $200 a person to eat somewhere in Colombia is like astronomical, like the most expensive restaurant.
That's a lot of money, yeah.
But it was a 3-hour experience with an entire history lesson, and a couple of the dishes had bugs in them and like sturgeon and like all types of crazy, or not even garfish. It was like alligator garfish from the Amazon, from the river. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, crazy experience.
Was there anything you tried that like you really didn't like?
Hell yeah, I'm not into bugs or beetles. The beetle shit that we tried, it was like stuffed with like seafood and stuff and seasoned, and they like used the outside of the larva as the wrap of the food, so it wasn't like you're eating a whole beetle and its guts and everything.
Okay.
But so it tasted good, but the look and like feel it like you knew what it was.
It feels wrong to eat it.
You get what I'm saying? But like if you just took a bite and didn't look at what it was, like it tasted good. Like it was seasoned and, had fish inside and shit like that. But it was just like, I wasn't into, there was a couple things that was really good though, but crazy experience.
How was your stomach after? Did it all sit well?
Yeah, it was fine actually.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have any,
wow.
I think I have a pretty strong stomach when it comes to like eating different, because I'm pretty experimental when it comes to food. Like I like to learn about cultures and, by eating.
Yeah. Do you travel a lot too?
Absolutely. I'm never home. I can't even stay in one place.
So we're pretty lucky to get you in the studio today then.
Hell yeah. Right here in the city, man.
You're in the middle of a tour right now, I think, right?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Unbelievable, man. Insane Clown Posse on tour is like, it's a movie. Real rock star shit every night. Crazy, man, being in a city every single night in a different city and just being able to rock out and go crazy is like the craziest experience, especially with them though, because they legends. So we went on tour with artists that were like you know, like more like a street artist. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And their business isn't correct. So like the way that the tours are structured is garbage. You get what I'm saying? And you pull up to the venues and shit not right and everything.
Nothing's organized.
Nothing's
Yep.
organized. But then you go on tour with a legend like ICP that got that shit down packed,
Yep.
and they management and everything is on point. Like it's a beautiful situation. You pull up, you got a dressing room, merch set up here. It's super. Yeah, it's a blessing to be able to be on tour with them because I've seen the other way of touring where it's not put together as well, you know?
Now, one of the things that really interests me the most about you, and we'll dive into pretty much everything about you in this episode. One of the things that really stood out to me is you're a Juggalo.
Absolutely.
And I'm not familiar with Juggalo culture at all. I've never spoken to anyone that considers himself a Juggalo. This is a first for me, and I'm excited to learn about all this.
Oh.
How long have you been, would you consider yourself a Juggalo?
Shit, I'm 29, and I done been a Juggalo since I was 12 years old, 11 years old. So, you know,
And
about
what is it
17
like?
years.
What does it mean to be a Juggalo?
So it's a very complex question because it depends on how deep you want to go into it. But from the surface, there's only a couple rules,
Okay.
right? We paint our face to show that you can't tell the difference between each person. So we're against racism. We're against any type of bigotry. No sex offenders. No,
Yeah.
like if you're a sex offender or a racist, automatically, it doesn't matter if you're covered in Juggalo tattoos from head to toe. Like you're not a part of what we believe in and what ICP has been,
Yeah.
you know, talking about for so many years. So like, but that's just to scratch the surface of like the morals and beliefs of the community. And it's the Juggalo family. The full name, the correct, you know what I'm saying? The Juggalos, but it's the Juggalo family. Everyone treats each other like family.
Yeah.
It's a shit bigger than a community. It's a culture. It's a way of life. But everyone is supposed to treat each other like family. It's a lot, not all, because there's Juggalos from every type of walk of life you could ever imagine, rich to poor, every ethnicity. We've met Juggalos from Japan, Puerto Rico, Brazil, you name it, Italy, France, or around the whole world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like, there's a lot of different levels to the shit, but I don't want to say that like it's like some outcast shit, and like but a lot of us are outcasts, and a lot of us found each other because it's this group and this community that represents camaraderie and family, and a lot of us came from shitty situations, or like we're trouble kids, or like whatever it may be that brought us together. So it's like, but it's not limited to that. There's doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs. Hey man, same man. You know what I'm saying? So there's all different walks of life within the Juggalo community. But family is the number one. Family and treating everybody well. And when I was a kid growing up, if we seen a Juggalo on the side of the road, I would have taken my shirt off. Still to this day, take my shirt off my back for a Juggalo.
Yeah.
No question, just because I know like we have that similar thing in common, where it's like, man, like growing up in this community was the most beautiful thing ever, bro. I had so many homies, so many people. Anywhere I ever went, we would bump into someone. You see this hatchet man, this chain, you would see this anywhere. I don't care what city, where you were in the world, you were gonna bump into that shit, and you was gonna have a instant new group of friends, instant new people to be like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
So that's the Juggalo logo effectively on your
absolutely,
chain.
yeah. The hatchet man, it's the logo of Psychopathic Records,
That's fire.
but it represents the entire culture.
Okay. Yeah. Now, before we get any further into this, I want to ask a lot about, your early life being a Juggalo and everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people watching this at home right now who maybe haven't tapped in with your music yet or aren't familiar with you. For someone who has never watched one of your interviews or listened to one of your songs or smoked some Airheads, how would you introduce yourself?
Man, entrepreneur, CEO, artist, fucking genius. So, what's playing?
You could call
I do a
yourself
lot,
genius.
man. I have a lot. I wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about the brand Airheads is my brand that I started. It's a whole entire lifestyle brand. It's huge in the cannabis world. Our merch goes crazy, and it's kind of just synonymous with our brand. With our brand. But music has always been my dream. Ever since I was a little kid, my parents grew up doing music, and, you know, like I come from a music family. Everyone played an instrument and sang, and, you know, so being a CEO of a brand and being an artist, a touring artist, and doing it all together, you get what I'm saying, is a very unique situation. I feel like, you know, like there's definitely artists, but they're the biggest ones. You get what I'm saying? The Jay-Z's and the people, like, they're the CEOs and the artists. I strictly believe that it's very difficult to do this music thing without being an entrepreneur as well.
100%.
Like, Drake doesn't have to be an entrepreneur. He sold so many millions of records that he gonna be straight forever. But most artists that aren't gonna sell as much as Drake, you have to have a brand. You have to have something, be invested. You have to be an entrepreneur. You have to be a businessman.
Yeah.
Yeah, to introduce myself, artist and CEO of the brand Airheads.
Nice. What kind of music did your parents make?
A lot of rock music for the most part, but all different types, like blues, and, you know, my dad's a guitar player and a producer. My mom played the piano. Yeah, so I just came up in a household of instruments everywhere, and, like, you know, so this shit really in my blood. I grew up in the studio. I've been rapping since I was 10, you know, like really chasing the dream since I was like 14, like opening up for artists and paying for slots and, you know, like trying to sell
Started
merch.
real early.
Yeah, for surely. So this has been you know, I feel like a lot of our favorite artists blew up, like, put in way less work than I have before they blew up. Like, a lot of people, Kanye's and Wayne's and, like, a lot of these people, they blew up when they was kids.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So my situation, like, I really forced this shit. Like, we ain't never had no major deal. Like, I was with B.O.B. When I had first turned 18. I moved to Atlanta, and I was with B.O.B. and Grand Hustle real tough. That's all still my
Sick.
people to this day. But as far as, like, have like a major deal and shit like that, like, that don't exist for me yet. So we done had to get this shit out the mud, really tour, hit every single city, really push this shit, push the brand, push the music, and it's still growing. But right now we're at a point where we're like, damn, like, it's never been no turning back. I have never had another option. There has never been another choice for me. I never had a plan B, bro. You get what I'm saying? I've been Wakko the Kidd since I was a kid. Like, I've been Wakko since I was tagging that shit on the wall.
Since you were really the kid.
You get what I'm saying? So this has really been some shit that's a long time in the making. A lot of people don't know that because I don't have that much music out, but I had hundreds of songs out that we took down. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Why'd you take them down?
I had a situation with a distribution company, and they were like, hey, like, you know, like, and this was like some years ago, they were like, you know, you got all this music out, but it has minimal views on all of them. We think that, you know, you should take everything down and start fresh. And it's all on YouTube and shit like that. But a lot of people may look at the Spotify or whatever it is and be like, oh, he got 20, 30 records out. Like, it's still you get what I'm saying? But I've been doing this shit for a very long time. And it's just now going crazy. We're just now starting to do thousands of dollars in merch every night on tour. And, you know, like, we own the studio now. We got the warehouse. It's, you know, it's starting to bubble. Now we're really like, okay, now we can scale it. Now we can be like, okay, boom, bam, boom. We invest here, here, and here. Yeah. We can for sure know we can take this shit to the next level.
Time to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Now, would you say you had like a good upbringing growing up?
Yeah, my parents was both there together. I was just a crazy kid. We didn't come up with money. We grew up right here in North Hollywood.
Yep.
And a lot of people hear Hollywood but don't know, like, North Hollywood is fucked up, especially in the 90s growing up and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I grew up in a one-bedroom apartment. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, his parents do music. Like, he grew up rich. Like, I'm like, cool, if that's what y'all think, cool, that's cool. I'll grow up rich. I would have loved that. You know what I'm saying? But
would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been nice. But we grew up in a one-bedroom apartment. But one thing for sure is the love was there. And my parents, both extremely educated, well-spoken, well-mannered, trustworthy people,
Yeah.
which, there's a lot of people out here where you could be like, damn, that could have been my mom. Like, damn, homeless lady on the side of the road or something. Like, you never
100%.
know you're blessed. You get
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like, you have to really realize how blessed we are to, for the shit that we take for granted. But for sure, I had a good upbringing as far as like my support system and my parents were both in my life,
Hell yeah. I mean, since you had such a solid, support system, did you get in a lot of trouble when you were young or no?
Man, I wouldn't say yes. I got it. Yeah, okay. I got into tons of trouble, not necessarily with the law. I did go to jail a couple times and shit as a kid, but like never like nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got sent away to Utah for 2 years.
Oh shit.
To the to like one of them camps, like when Paris Hilton or whatever was talking about how she got like raped and shit like that. The one I went to was decent. It was cool. There wasn't no raping or anything like that going on.
There was just some teaching.
But you were still locked up in a place in the middle of the mountains for 2 years with no phone.
That's gotta suck, bro.
No, it was terrible, but then you get used to it. You get what I'm saying? And then I did all types of shit in this place that I would have never done in the streets running around LA selling drugs and fucking running around with guns and shit as a little kid. Like when we went to Utah, they instantly hiking, camping, rock climbing, zip lining, like you had to get to that point to be able to like get you had to get to that level to be able to do shit. And in reality, you are locked up. You sleeping in a bunk bed with motherfucking a security in the door so you can't leave. Like, so it's fucked up, but the extracurricular activities that they had us do was shit that I would have never did in my life that I was like, that I don't regret for 1 second.
Yep.
And who knows what would have happened to me if I was still running around them 2 years in LA, because we was bad kids for sure.
How old were you when you got sent there?
14.
Oh, so you were young.
Yeah, 14 to 16.
Damn.
I was there.
And before you got sent there, was there like a specific incident that like got you sent there, or was it just
Man, I got a bunch of Juggalo tattoos all over my chest when I was like 13, 12.
okay?
And then, my parents was like, and then I was running away, ditching school, doing drugs, like just running around with 30-year-olds and fucking just like being, probably a parent's worst nightmare looking back on it. And they was like, man, you out of here, boy. Your ass straight to Utah.
Yeah. It's funny to hear you describe that because I grew up very similar. My parents, like, I had a great, couple of parents in my life, and like I was fucking around all my teenage years, dude. I got sent to rehab. I was getting in trouble all the time, and like,
so
it's like, why'd we do that shit?
Man, something that I'll never understand is that I wanted to be bad.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like I wanted to run around and do fucked up shit to people and do shit that I knew wasn't, you get what I'm saying? Like
it seemed cool and it seemed fun.
And then it's also LA, so like everyone around me was gang banging and like being a kid growing up in the streets of LA, like it's different than other places in the world. Like you really see you see a lot really young. It was weed dispensaries on every corner like when I was 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like we were thinking about smoking weed at 10. Like, so, and it's like that, all over the world too. But LA mixed with the gangbang culture, like you're influenced to be bad and think it's cool.
Yep.
Because the ones that we looked up to, all the rappers and all the, even kids in the school, fuck a rapper, like kids in the school that we thought was cool, we thought they was cool because they was tough and they was beating everyone up. You get what I'm saying? So we were like, we like identified with being bad. And I'll never understand that because we could have identified with getting some money.
Yeah.
Or being smart, like some of these kids I probably went to school with that I don't remember that's millionaires right now. And I wouldn't trade anything. I'm going crazy right now. I'm on too.
Yeah.
But these motherfuckers could be doing who knows what in life,
Yeah, it's always good to think about that, like shit, what could have been, You remember your first time smoking weed?
Yeah, for surely. We right in North Hollywood in the LA River. We went down there. We stole a pipe. We stole a corncob pipe from CVS.
Fire.
And we stole like a torch.
Okay.
And like we had bought some fucking weed. Looking back on it, it was like some shake, like it was some bullshit.
Yeah.
But, we put that motherfucker in that corncob pipe and ran down into the little shit under the LA River. and hid, and we smoked that shit. And I remember just like damn near like, bro, weed is different. Weed is either different or is a tolerance thing. I haven't decided yet if it's a tolerance thing, because I remember damn near hearing voices when we would smoke weed when I was a kid. I remember having to just lay down and like look at the ceiling and shit was like a
Collect
hallucinogen.
yourself real quick.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was like a fucking hallucinogen. I know that weed is a mild hallucinogen, like that's what it's classified as. But when I was a kid, I remember like really like looking at the homies like, y'all motherfuckers look like we in the Rugrats right now. Like I'm tripping. Like y'all look like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe they put some shit on weed. Who knows?
I'm always thinking about that myself too. I used to get so much more faded when I was younger.
Yeah.
And like I always wonder, like, was the weed really different, or were we just younger and
maybe
couldn't
we didn't
handle
have no tolerance, man.
See, but like I feel like when I think about it, it's like even when I was smoking every day when I was younger, like I still feel like I got stuck off like a gram blunt with like 4 heads on it.
Yeah.
You know, if we did that right now, no one's high at all.
Hell no, we're gonna have to smoke.
We're all gonna
4
be
blunts.
pissed. Yeah. But like, man, those were the days. Those were the fucking days.
I also do think that the weed world is watered down because back then people were charging $6,000 a pound
Yep.
for fire. So these growers would take their time and really love this small batch shit
Yep.
because they know that they could get the premium for it. It was worth it for them to care, and it was worth it for them to use the most expensive ingredients to grow this indoor fire. You get what I'm saying? Nowadays, the whole weed world, 99% of the weed world is mass production,
Yep.
cheap ingredients, just trying to grow a bunch of weed and sell it wholesale. It's not about, so
It's entirely about volume.
it's entirely about volume and like factory shit and 1,000 light grows and just it turned into like Coca-Cola damn near.
Yeah.
It's not about, it's not the it still exists. We're one of them. Airheads is one of the brands that, really cares about this shit and has small batch, a bunch of different small locations. It's not artisanal. It's not the same anymore for the most part. Back in the day, everyone was growing fire because they cared about it.
Yeah.
The money was there. Now everyone's trying to pay the cheapest of the cheap.
Yep.
So
I mean, now it feels like you need a shitload of lights to make it if you're just going to grow for a living.
yep.
Back then it's like, bro, you could grow like 6 lights and you're chilling.
Yeah.
You're good on
And
that.
imagine how much $6,000 was worth before
Bro,
inflation back
6
then.
grand's not shit now, dude. You know what I pay for this tiny ass apartment? $2,800, bro, before anything else. This
Yeah.
shit should not be $2,800.
Yeah. You could get a fucking mansion in Georgia and have
Yup.
these places for $2,800.
Anywhere else, bro. Anywhere else. So once you got back from that wilderness camp, you spent 2 years there. Did that like change your path at all? Did it really work?
Yeah, because all I wanted to do was rap.
Yeah.
I still wanted to be bad a little bit, but I didn't want to get sent back to nowhere. So I was like, you know what? Like the whole time I was in there, I just sat there and wrote raps. Everyone that ever knew Lil Wakko would tell you every school class, it doesn't matter where I was, I had a pen and a pad, composition notebook with that black and white shit on the front.
Yeah.
Filling that shit up with lyrics the whole entire time I was there. And after I got out, all through high school, I've been a rapper my whole life. Everyone has always known me to be the one that was rapping in class, and the teachers and you name it, So when I got out of that, they call it a residential treatment center.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a wilderness camp per se, because we did stay inside. Like we did, like them wilderness camps I heard is pretty wild.
Bro,
You
I
gotta,
had some friends who
sleep
got
in a
sent there, and
fucking
that shit is
sleeping
bad,
bag and,
dude.
Yeah, cook canned beans on the fire and shit. Like,
Bro,
you
I-
living outside. We wasn't living outside. We was living in a nice facility, more like a rehab.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, once I got out, I was wacko, 1,000%. We was doing shows. I came up in this group called Genocide Entertainment. And it was Wacko, Mr. Creeps, Frank Drachman, and Dirty Grim. And we was like all Juggalo artists. Came from the community and right here in LA, running around in LA. We opened up for every underground artist. Like this is when I was 16. So it really, the idea of like popping out and doing shows and selling merch and trying to build a fan base and all this shit has been something that, for a very long time. Yeah, we always wanted to perform at the gathering of the Juggalos. Are you familiar?
I've heard of it. I watched a documentary where this guy went and like interviewed a bunch of people at one.
Cool. Yes. Was it Brandon Buckingham?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
my
Brandon
homie,
Buckingham.
man. We supposed to do it again this year, but we supposed to gather together. We call it we gonna gather together.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Shout out Brandon Buckingham, dude.
Yeah,
He makes
that's-
great content.
Yeah, that's my boy. Excuse me. We always wanted to perform at this festival. I ran away when I was 14 years old to go to this festival. Snuck under the fence, like did anything we possibly could to make sure we got there, right? And I've been going every year of my life. Fast forward to right now, we perform in main stage. So like it's a full circle moment for sure. And we did the main stage last year as well. They that's shit, psychopathic records for life, bro. That's my people's, and I'm rocking for them 1,000%. I'm trying to push this shit in places where it's not, and to
Yep.
people that don't know about it. That's my job. I'm trying to push this shit in places where it's not and make it bigger. And that's what they're doing for me and my name. They're doing everything they can to push me and my music, and it's been a fucking blessing to shout out to the clowns, man. Shout out to Violent J and Shaggy, man. Real legends, man. Violent J's been nothing but a friend and a blessing to know. And we've done all these collaborations.
Yeah.
We've done all the different airheads. And it's such a huge community that's so loyal. It's just been a great business venture, and that's my dog. It's great to do good business with a friend.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to do business with friends sometimes. But
It gets tough, it gets tough. Now, early on in your career, obviously, you were in the Juggalo community. You were making, music for the Juggalo community, but you weren't directly affiliated yet.
no.
Now, in those early days, did you ever like get any recognition from ICP? Like, were they like checking you out or?
Never. Nope. That didn't happen until about 2 years ago.
Okay, so that's pretty recent.
Yeah, super recent that we've been with them. But I've been down full support for my entire life, as long as I can remember. This has been like a dream of mine. Like I said, I got this shit tattooed on me when I was
Yeah.
a little kid, 12 years old, 13 years old. So this is like definitely a special moment. And I wouldn't say I was making music for Juggalos,
Uh-huh.
because I feel like my music is described by my name, Wakko. It's all over the place. My catalog has rock shit, rap shit, all different types of music. I don't have one style.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place. I'm a scatterbrain, ADHD, so my music doesn't sound like ICP's.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they like. They don't want another motherfucker with face paint making carnival raps and wicked shit raps. That's not what they're looking for. I'm not saying they're looking for anything at all. But I know for sure they're not trying to fuck with no carbon copy
sure.
of what they are. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, I think that Violent J saw what I had going on my own. And he was like, man, we done had tons of artists throughout the years that we had to lug around and pay for everything, pay for their music videos, write the music for them, like create artists, like create these motherfuckers. He's like, I don't want to do that shit no more, bro. Like Wakko and our boy Ouija Mac, he's like, man, these motherfuckers got their own videos, their own movements outside of the Juggalo community. And you get what I'm saying? So they don't have to do nothing. Stamp the shit. We go on tour and just rock out.
Yeah.
Rep each other and rock out like it's real natural. It's a real natural situation, and I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Yeah, shit. We're our own machines. We have our own shit. We own our own studio. We do our own merch. We do everything ourselves. Shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to get on in this day and age. You cannot sit around and wait for a record deal or a situation to just come and find you. You got to build this shit up into the point where it's undeniable, and then they come and get you. Then they come into you. So
Early on in your career, before you really got locked in and found a lot of success, was there ever any points where like you thought this wasn't going to work out?
like I said, I've never had a plan B. I've never for 1 second thought that I wasn't going to be a rapper. Do you know about The Secret,
What do you mean?
the book?
No.
So there's a series of books that's called The Secret,
Okay.
and it's about the laws of attraction. And it's like a book that like some billionaires and major celebrities and actors swear by. It was written in like the 60s or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about the powers of positive speaking and manifesting dreams into reality. And me and ICP, we did a whole interview talking about this whole shit. It was like a 2-hour fucking sit down like this. That's another one that you should watch.
Yeah.
Talking about it. And the powers of positive thinking and manifestation. And so I've known for a fact with absolutely no fucking doubt in my mind that I was going to be an artist and that this is what I was going to do. There was never 1 second in my life that I doubted and I was like, shit, I've never had a job.
Really?
I mean, I worked at Universal Studios right here for a month when I was like 16.
Yeah.
Just to like try to get some gas money and weed money and shit
Yeah.
like that. But like, that's it. I've never worked a job in my life. I've never had that doubt in my mind where I was like, damn, I need to go fall back. I don't believe that being an artist or anything is possible to do it 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I never even, like we grinded this shit out for real, bro. And like, yeah, shit, it's all documented too, bro. One day someone gonna try to call me out or some shit and they gonna be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
You got receipts for all this.
Yeah, this shit all documented all over the internet. Shit, we done had all different types of, I done been through everything. So it's really been a constant grind. And I know for a fact that I can have anything in the world that I put my mind to, like zero doubt in my mind. I know for sure all you have to do is put in the work to get it. You have to put in the work to go get the shit, and you need to manifest it. I pray. I'm not religious. I don't follow a certain religion or go to church or anything like that, but I have my own relationship with my own God that I pray to, and everything that I've ever asked for, as long as I was sincere and really meant it and went outside and looked up at the motherfucking sky and got on my knees and really prayed, it's never, not one time, ever not come true. Real shit. I've never been let down. I don't care what it is. So even, like we talked about in the ICP interview about this whole thing, we talked about, I was like, man, I manifested my way to this table right here. You get what I'm saying? Even with you right now, this is like, it's all manifestation. Some kid tagged me in one of your shit I'd never seen.
That guy comments on a lot of my shit. That's how I saw you too.
You get what I'm saying? So and I was like, he was like, yo, have Wakko on the show. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow him. And like, that's all manifestation. You get what I'm saying? I feel like everything in life, the way you got there, whether you know it or not, but you can sway the direction that you go in life by manifesting what you want. Just be careful what you ask for, because you might get exactly what it was. You get what I'm saying? My whole life, I manifested, I wanted to be around rappers. I probably should have manifested trying to be around record execs.
Yeah.
Because now, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you realize now, as at this point, in a rapper not gonna put you on. You can be around an artist, and that can help, but you need to make this shit bubble on your own. Unless you get directly signed to an Atlantic Records or something, and then they're gonna go crazy. But the rapper is not. The rapper is on because they got the major deal half the time, or they're the ones with the genius idea and the crazy fan base, like ICP.
Yeah,
because they didn't have they didn't blow up from major deals. They already had this shit built. So yeah, man, it's a lot to this music shit. It's a lot to the whole world of it and understanding. There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
So you can't sit around and wait on a rapper to put you on. You know how many people I know that got a song with every rapper you can name, but they're not on?
Yeah.
Music videos with Lil Wayne and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid growing up, you think you do a music video with Lil Wayne. Like,
that guy's set.
Bro, what? Like, you're on. Bro, that's not how this shit works. It doesn't matter what rapper. You get what I'm saying? You have to make this shit really bubble and be your own entity. You can't come up, because I really, that's what I wanted as a kid. I was like, I need to be around all these rappers, and now fast forward, I know there's damn near not a rapper in the game that don't know me. I know all these fucking artists in all these different cities moving around just over the years and, doing shows and being in studios. But that's not what's ever going to put you on. It's great because my connection list is phenomenal. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, now we need to get in them offices.
Mm-hmm.
Now my streams is going up, my views is going up, my brand is popping. Now we need to start some corporate shit. It's not about being around the rappers and going to the club anymore. We got that already.
Yeah, it's time to level up.
Exactly.
100%. Now, we talked a lot about the music, but when did you make Airheads? When did your brand come into play?
So 2019, we started the idea
Okay.
for Wakko Exotics. The the logo in the corner
Yep.
to make sure that it's the real one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we started that idea, Airhead, shortly after. We didn't really take it too seriously for a long time. I think in 2023, it started really going crazy, and we were like, "Oh shit, we need to take this serious because it's starting to roll and people asking for the shit." And like we started making merch and it was selling out, and yeah, and then we did a collaboration with Lou Graham, Big Shifter, or MCD Boys. He got a lot of names, but he's like a real big entrepreneur and artist and all shit out of Detroit. He managed Peasy, Rio, pretty much anyone from Detroit that's hot that's been managed by him before.
Yeah.
We did a collab. It was very successful. It was the Airheads Juicy Fruit, because his thing was Juicy Fruit and I had the Airheads. So, but it went platinum in the streets, bro. That shit went crazy everywhere. And from that moment on, it was really like we had a fan base for the Airheads, and I'm like, man, and it's a different fan base than my music. Keep in mind,
It's just smokers.
Yeah, and the streets.
Yep.
And a lot of people fuck with my music and the weed. A lot of people fuck with my music and not the weed. A lot of people fuck with the weed and not my music because they don't even know. Airheads is so big that not everybody knows that that's my brand. The brand itself is more. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
It took on legs of its own. It blows my mind how big it got. Every city we go to, people like, yo, we run into people every day. I get noticed damn near every single day because of the Airhead shit and Instagram and little. So it's been a really dope grind. Pop-ups all over the place, tours and merch, and we got all the crazy merch. It's been a dream come true, honestly. And to see something that you came up with, and I have an amazing team. So I'm not trying to say that when I say this, but I made every single design we ever made. Not drew it, but commissioned and went back and forth and put the logo here and make it brighter and change this. You get what I'm saying? So all the merch, all the packaging, we've done 300-400 Airheads bags. You get what I'm saying? We've literally done 400 different designs over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So with that many designs, I mean, you guys definitely are sourcing with your product, right? You guys aren't growing that many different strains under a roof.
No, absolutely not. But we know so many growers, it's so easy for us to get genetics.
Yeah.
And we don't have to grow them all. We have our main growers, but we have other growers that we've known for years, and these are our peoples. And whenever we want to drop a Z-cut with some Skittles in it, shout out to Turpogs. My people's Tony Mendo invented Skittles back in the day. So we have access to all over. I fuck with Juan Quesada, the owner of Backpack Boys. I went to Colombia with him. He actually did the tobacco with us. You know what I'm saying? So
that's sick.
I have a large relationship with a lot of people in the weed industry to where if I need genetics and cuts, it's very easy for us to drop a bunch of strains. A lot of people be in the comments he's putting the same weed in every bag.
Yeah.
Never in the history has anyone ever been able to open 10 different Airheads bags next to each other and see the same weed.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's
100%.
not I'm from LA. I'm the white boy from the valley. Like, you don't think I have connects to 100 growers and different genetics? Like, these people be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, so we have our favorite that we rerun, but that RS11 and Russian Runts cross that we grew for the Hocus Pocus strain with ICP 3 months ago, and the grow that just being trimmed today it's different. It looks different. It may have a similar nose and shit, but each plant is like a human.
Every batch is unique. Yeah.
Exactly. And if you grow that same strain in 2, 3, 4, 8 different locations,
Yeah.
they're all going to come out different too. You get what I'm saying? So
Literally,
it's always
yeah.
like, so we use tons of different strains, but we also like to keep our like original 8 strains and rerun them, because our packages basically expire. We don't do the same flavors forever.
Yeah.
Once that shit's gone, it's gone. So it's not like we're gonna use this package again and put a different strain in there in the future. Like the package gone, ain't no more.
Yeah.
So
Now, one of the things I want to definitely give you a chance to clarify, because I know people are going to see your very colorful packaging and probably ask,
yeah,
you don't do any spray, do you?
no. So we do have terpene infused flavors, and people love that shit. And then
Okay.
we have the what we call non-terp or natural.
Yeah.
I very much do believe that we are in a era. So so there's been flavor infused weed around forever. I remember getting
Yeah.
the Blueberry Master P from SoCal Co-op 2009.
Yeah.
There's been
There was, I think some of the earliest shit was like some bubblegum shit from like
Snoop
up
Dogg
in the Bay.
did the Big League Chew
Yeah.
2018, and it was loud bubblegum flavor that you knew wasn't not saying it wasn't natural terpenes,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the weed wasn't grown like that. So right now, imagine however many 100 years ago, someone out there in the world was like, flavored hookah? Who the fuck would want flavored hookah? Someone said flavored water? No, that's a fad. Flavored water. No one wants
Yeah.
that shit in the 50s or something, 40s, and then Gatorade, $1 billion industry. You don't think flavored liquor? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't think that people would want flavored weed? You don't think that a girl would want bubblegum flavored weed?
Yeah.
Especially when it's sold at Walmart one day?
People definitely like it, bro, especially on the East Coast. They love that shit.
Miami, Atlanta, like that's where I first seen it, was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They had the shit smelled like fucking watermelon. I'm like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. So some people love it, some people hate it. We have some of the best natural soil grown weed with no infusion or anything that anyone can find, and that's undoubtable when it comes to Airheads. We built our brand off of people don't even look at the weed. They look at the package and buy it because they know what's in it is fire.
Yeah.
We don't have any weed that's not fire. If the grow come out not good, you get what I'm saying? We gonna sell it sideways. We're not gonna put it in Airheads packaging.
Yeah.
Our customers don't even look at the flower. They know in Airheads we trust. That's what it say on every bag. It's saying Airheads we trust. That's our slogan, our motto. People just know if it got that stamp on it, that Wakko stamp, then they know it's official.
Yeah.
But one day, and it's already right now, it's not even one day, there's this whole new generation of kids that are now 22, 23 that have been smoking flavor-infused weed for the last 5 years.
Yep.
And they don't want anything else.
Yep. There's a lot of those, bro.
So when they grow up and they have kids, you don't think everyone forever is going to want flavored shit.
Yeah.
Adults, everybody, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not like, I hate that in California they don't sell flavored blunt wraps and shit like that anymore because they're like, it's for kids.
Yeah.
But they're like, to me, it's like, fuck that. No, it's not. It's tobacco. How could tobacco be marketed to kids? Like, I understand like the fruity flavor, like, but so the fuck what? Like the kids like that, we need to protect them from that.
Yep.
Like have an initiative to protect it, but not censor. It's only California. You go to anywhere else, they got cotton candy flavored blunt wraps.
Yep, literally everywhere else. Yep.
It's like, but who doesn't want flavored shit?
Yeah.
Grandma wants flavored shit. She don't want to drink no fucking, my grandma drink Pepsi still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants flavored. You want tonic water? You want club soda, bro? Absolutely the fuck not. So I see the market for the flavor infused weed being forever. I don't see it. It's not a fad. It's been around for a long time. But I see it only getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
By the time it makes it to other countries that are getting legalized and shit like that, like I can only imagine Europe opening a bag of weed that smells like cotton candy watermelon. And they're like, and then they look at the flower and it's phenomenal AAA boutique quality flower.
Yeah.
Like no one could not like that. Like an old head can be like, what is this? But I prefer my natural, no flavored shit too. Fucking maybe I'm acting like an old head.
Yeah.
But when I smell brands that have flavor infused weed, I'm like, wow, this shit smells like you could eat this shit. And then you taste it too. It's like I could see generations from now, forever, 100 years from now, kids are gonna be like, you smoke non-flavored weed? Like what the fuck? Like why? Why? Like that's like drinking, that's like drinking a club soda.
It's interesting to hear your perspective because I've talked to a lot of people who like they have brands that are spray or terp infused or however you want to call it, and a lot of people are just straight up like, man, like motherfuckers want it, I'm gonna sell it, But I think you're one of the first people I've talked to that actually really like explained it in a logical way. Like that does make sense, honestly.
Who the fuck don't want flavored?
And flavored,
anything?
personally, terp infused stuff isn't for me, but like a lot of people smoke it, bro. And 2 years ago, I was out in New York for like a week and a half, and I spent the whole week just buying spray brands and smoking that shit. Sure, thanks. What is this?
It's the watermelon Airheads.
Fuck yeah, fire.
So the watermelon flower, same exact flavor.
Hell yeah.
So these are like the terp pens that we just came out with.
It is very watermelony.
Yeah.
Very, very watermelony.
Yeah.
And what is this? Is this resin?
It's
Distillate?
live resin, yeah.
Nice.
So we've been
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, we've been I love these, and I think it's there's flavored vapes obviously, but the way that this is like the way I feel like it's unique.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I'm sure there's a bunch of vapes that are watermelon flavored, but not like this. Not how we do it. Everything we do it is our recipe and our like creation, So it's unique, and I like the flavors. And why would I like regular wax too? And I usually don't like flavored shit. But I'd be sitting here smoking this shit all day. The fucking marshmallow. We have so many good flavors, and they're like, yeah. So I see a massive market increase. I see the market going to almost all shit. Miami, Atlanta, New York. It's hard to find. Like in New York, they'd be like, "Is that spray? If it's not spray, I don't want it, son."
I know, bro. I saw it firsthand. It blew my mind.
Yeah, they were like, "Is it spray?" I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, I only want it if it's spray, son.
Yeah.
I want this shit to taste like fucking blueberry banana bubble gum. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So I seen it with my own eyes. And everywhere we went in New York, every borough, everywhere, like there's still people that are like, nah, I don't want that spray shit, son. But like when I went around into all the smoke shops, all the brands out there are fucking flavored. They're
literally
flavored.
the corner store that my Airbnb was like 2 blocks up from had spray in the window, like on the outside. You could walk in and they had like the Oreo campfire bags and shit. It was unbelievable.
I feel like a lot of people know and a lot of people don't know.
Yep.
It's like we're still in like the Wild West of flavor infusion and flower, even though it's been around for so many years, and they do it with wax and they do it with everything else in the world.
Yep.
It's almost like a taboo in the weed world because it's still like a new thing. But like when I step back and look at it and I look at all these brands that got all these flavors and shit like that, I'm like, man, this is revolutionary.
Yep.
This is like Budweiser. This is like Gatorade. This is like a major company back in the day where people were like, that shit's not going to work. People don't want that shit. And then it became a fucking $1 billion industry.
I think a lot of people, like, a lot of the apprehension with spray is like people don't know where the flavor's coming from or whether or not it's actually safe to smoke.
Yes. So that's a major part of it. Because like I said, we're still in the Wild West.
Yep.
And we're still in the part where that's where the brand comes down to point. Like that's when the consumer needs to know if they're getting a good brand that's the real one from the source. You get what I'm saying? Like that's now if you're, because Lord knows people are just spraying fucking perfume in bathtubs on big amounts of weed. Like, you know, that's happened.
100%.
So
a lot of people just use plastic bags to infuse, you know?
So I know there's machines and there's ways to do it in the grow that's like very unique. But it's still the Wild West. It's going to get down packed. Walmart or whoever the fuck it is, Marlboro is going to get behind it and make it pass all the tests and do all the shit. And then from there, it'll be a wrap.
Yeah.
There's no way I could ever see, because I'm a hater. The first time I smelled flavor infused weed, I was like, what the fuck is this? Me and my boys looked at each other, and it was like birthday cake, some shit. And we were like, what the fuck is this?
See, that's how I
shit?
feel about it personally. But like, I'm always interested in, you know, what people are smoking.
If it's done right, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's when it's done right, flavor infusion on weed is fucking phenomenal, because you, like I said, there's people that just do whatever and don't have good quality terpenes, and then there's people that just probably use like tobacco, like vape juice flavoring, and like who knows what could even be. But when it's done right, I think that we'll all be able to double back. Airheads is phenomenal. All of the infusion flavors that we've done are all awesome.
Okay.
And you know, our entire fan base will attest that other brands that they've tried, they're like, man, it's just not it. It's chemically, it's so I just think it's a revolution right in front of us right now. We're gonna, like, you don't think these young 18-year-old, 21-year-old smokers coming out over the next 10, 20 years, that's all they want. That's all they're gonna want. We already see it. Like we said, you go to Miami, Atlanta, they don't even want it if it's not fucking peach pineapple flavor.
Blows my mind, dude. Blows my fucking mind.
That's what they're used to.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was a hater, but I love it when it's done correctly. And when major business gets behind it, and, you know, like us, and the right people are doing it, shit, it's only going to get better and better too.
Yeah. Now, when you mention doing it the right way, what is your guys' like terp infusion process? Like, how does that work?
So we like to do it while the shit's being hung. You know what I'm saying? We like to, we don't want to spray it. The machines are no good. There's like it can't be too wet either. The plant needs to be like in the drying stage when it happens. So like, I don't want to give out too much information, because I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I like people.
You got your recipe, you know?
You get what I'm saying? But it needs to happen during the growing process. It needs to happen during the dry and the, you know, there's a couple different ways to do it that are better. You know, shout out to all these brands, but yeah, the spray and the machine shit, that's not the way to do it.
What is bad with the machine? Because that's a pretty new piece of machinery, isn't it?
Yeah, my experience is that the flavors get left over in it. So after you run all these different flavors through this machine, it like has this smell.
It all starts tasting the same almost.
Yes, the machine smells like something.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Of a million different fucking flavors. So
yeah. It's almost like a facility taste when there's like a real big like corporate grow.
Yeah.
And they're not properly cleaning that shit out. All the weed ends up tasting the same.
It's like some old grease.
Yeah.
Using some old grease to fry some fries. Shit.
Well, I'm really glad I got to pick your brain about terp infusion and stuff, because like what you say makes a lot of sense, honestly. And I say that as a guy who, like, honestly, I am a spray hater.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very open-minded about, like, you know, people smoke it at the end of the day. You know, I'm not going to knock your hustle, but me personally, I don't think I've ever smoked spray that I would say I liked.
Yeah.
Or like that I would smoke again, you know?
It all comes down to how it's done. And I'm more interested in the entrepreneurial aspect of it in the future.
Yep.
Because I'm telling you, flavors is everything in anything that people can taste or smell is all about the flavors. There's a million sodas.
Yep.
It's all bubbly water.
Mm-hmm.
With
With artificial flavors. That's all it is.
And if you come up with some good ones, you can be Pepsi or Mountain Dew or you get what I'm saying? I'm into the future of it.
I think if there was just some sort of research that came out that said like, hey, this is safe, you know? I think that's why people are so apprehensive about it. It's like when you eat or drink something, it's like, man, the human body can take a lot of shit down the gullet. You can eat or drink a lot of garbage, but like your lungs are fragile.
Yeah.
You know? So a lot of people are more hesitant, I think. But
yeah, for sure.
You know, either way, so you launch Airheads, you got your music going, everything's going pretty good. And in my research, I found a pretty significant news story about you. I found an incident where you almost lost your life, actually.
Yep.
That happened a few years ago now. Was that 2022?
Yep, 2022. Yes, sir.
And one of the craziest stories I've ever seen, you got shot, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 times?
Yes, sir.
And you were with someone else, your producer, who got shot even more times than you.
Yeah, he got shot 10 times.
Oh my
God. By
God.
the grace of God, we both good.
I mean, it's
No
unbelievable that you're still alive, bro. Like, genuinely, that's a real blessing right there.
Yeah, so, man, we both scarred up and got like I had a fucking collapsed lung. Like, I love blunts, I love backwoods and loose sleeves and shit, but I had to put them shits down because I have scar tissue in my lung from fucking collapsing that collapsed again a month after I got out the hospital.
No.
But by the grace of God, I didn't have any broken bones. Every time I got shot, it went through me.
Really?
Or like grazed me or like, you know what I'm saying? Like my ear got hit, like shit that like, so I don't have a limp. I don't have I'm not paralyzed.
Yeah.
Like when
I would never know just by looking at you.
Exactly, and going through what I went through, it's a fucking miracle, bro. People get shot one time and die instantly.
Yep. Yep.
So
yeah, bro, I've never heard of someone getting shot that many times and being completely fine.
Yeah.
It's just recovering. I mean, that's unbelievable. Tell me about that day. What happened to you? Like, why did you?
Some hating motherfuckers that was thirsty as hell apparently and would throw their whole life away. 3 of them, 3 people deep, would throw all 3 of their lives away over a chain that they didn't even end up getting. Shot 26 times. Shot me and my boy, didn't hit no lick. And just like, it was just
Might be the worst.
like what was the? I be thinking like, what was the thought process? Y'all was gonna take a chain with my name. It's my name.
Yep.
Y'all gonna take a chain and split it 3 ways between. You get what I'm saying? Like some bullshit. Like, I be trying to just, but I don't even think about it anymore. Because the thought process, I was just like, I didn't understand the shit. I didn't understand the thought process like of. That shit don't make no sense. Some custom jewelry, like,
yep.
What are you gonna do with some shit with someone?
It's not a very smart thing to steal.
It was just a weird. The whole situation was weird, but I had the pistol in my hand already when I was getting out the car.
Okay.
So really, that's the real reason I feel like it went down like that because.
And they had followed you back to where you were going.
They were parked a few cribs down. They didn't follow me. They were sitting there waiting. So when I got out the car, they masked up. It's 2 dudes masked up and 1 dude was driving. And by the time I even see what's going on, they already like this. They already this close to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they look and they see the pistol in my hand and they just started shooting. You get what I'm saying?
Fuck.
So there wasn't even a.
You didn't even have a chance to like comply or anything.
Shit, they didn't even say nothing.
Yeah,
they didn't even
they
get a
said
chance
nothing
to
for you
say
to comply with.
Yeah, it wasn't even they seen the pistol. I could see in their eyes that they was like kids though, low key. Like they was shit. It was dark as fuck. It was midnight in a side street with no street lights and shit like that. So it was like, everyone tripping.
Yeah.
So it was just a bad situation. Botched robbery type shit is what they call it.
Yeah.
I thought they got my chain for like 2 months. And then the detectives and the police and shit that had my phone and my wallet, all my clothes, everything from the crime scene that they collected, they returned it like 2 months ago. And my chain was covered in blood and busted. It got hit. My Wakko chain got hit with a bullet and fucking pried open and fucking.
Chain might have saved your life, bro.
It did. No, for sure. Because it was definitely right in the middle of my chest, for sure. But I got it, put back together and, polished as best as I could just to like, because it's forever a legendary piece. But I was like, damn, because for 2 months, I had thought they got my chain.
Yeah.
But shit, they didn't. That shit was covered in blood. But when the shit went down, they just got on right away. They shot all them shots. It was time to go. They had to get out of there, obviously. So I crawled underneath the hood of the car while they were shooting because my only instinct was to not get shot in the head.
Yeah.
That was my only instinct was I'm already hitting the body. I can feel his blood everywhere. I don't know what's going on. But don't get taken out like that, though. Don't get hit in the head. So when they ran off, I stood up and ran into the middle of the street and called the ambulance. And told them, I was like, bro, I'm about to die. They were like, where are you at? I told them exactly where I was. I said, I'm about to die, bro. I stood there and then I took a breath and I felt a gallon of fucking hot ass blood just come out of my back, all down my ass crack, legs, and I fucking fell. Like I collapsed in the middle of the street. When I tell you within 30 seconds, it was 12 everywhere. Ambulances, the whole nine. Like the police was there so quick, they must have heard the shots.
Yeah.
They was there so fast, they must have heard the shots. And I was laying on my back and I was like, I told him, I'm about to die. I was like, I'm literally about to die right now. And the dude was like, where you hit? The police, like, where you hit? I was like, I don't know. I can't feel nothing. Like I'm numb. Like the shit.
Yeah.
I didn't feel pain, but I felt blood everywhere. And they were like, we're going to cut you naked. They're like, if you can't tell us where you hit, they're like, all right, shit. Pulled out the razor blade, socks and everything, pulled everything out, butt naked in the street. And they took out they took some gauze and started like packing my stomach and my back and shit like that.
Yeah.
And the ambulance put me in the back of the fucking, in the back of the shit. And they were like, you got someone you want to call? And I was like, shit, my mom. So I called my mom in the back of the ambulance. I was like, yo, I'm shot. She was like, what? And then fucking, I don't remember nothing after that. I fainted, like probably like a loss of blood.
Yep. That's fucking horrifying, dude.
Probably like a loss of, and I was in a coma for like 4 or 5 days, bro.
Oh, fuck.
5 major surgeries. The one of the bullets hit me in my stomach and it lacerated my liver and it went through my intestines. And I guess at a certain point, it like went up and it pierced the bottom of my lung and came out my back. So, that's a lung surgery, intestines, liver, my fucking whole arm is torn up. My fucking ear got hit. So, and then also all types of fucking shrapnel that got like stuck underneath shit and fucking all the way up my arm, in the back of the elbow. And it was 2 different guns they said I got shot with. They said they both the motherfuckers shot me with 2 different, a 9 and a 40. And the 40 was the one that fucking hit my arm. Thank God. Because the one in my stomach was like a full metal jacket. It was like just some cheap.
Yeah.
So it went through me like it didn't, but it was a crazy situation, bro. I never really like broke down like the hospital stay or ever like on camera before, but I will if you want me to break
Please,
down.
bro. Yeah, fill me in.
So the first time I was in the hospital, I was in there for 10 days. 10 days after I woke up from the coma, or 10 days. So it was either 10 or 15 days. It was either 10 days after I woke up from the coma or 10 days total. But I got some crazy stories. So the first thing I remember is them pulling out the breathing tube. Because I guess they saw me start moving and they were like, yo, he's waking up. He's waking up. They were like, you know, he's breathing on his own. Take that shit out. I'm talking about the worst. But I was on so much drugs that it's a dream to me. I don't remember the pain or the agony from any of the shit I'm about to tell you about because they had me on serious drugs. Pills, IVs, nerve blockers, like all types of crazy shit. And I'm going through, my body is full out shock. Obviously, you get shot like that through your stomach and all types of shit. You're in complete shock. So that was the first thing I remember is they came in and they pulled out the fucking breathing tube that was all the way down my shit. And it was like, and I was like coughing up these like, well, really for the next month, I was coughing up thick blood from, because the lung was collapsed. And there was a bullet that went through it. And I had a drain. So I had a catheter, but like a fat catheter going. I have scars all down the side of my shit right here. They went, you know, they cut you open like on the side of your fucking man titty right here, right? And they shoved this catheter through in between two of your ribs and into your lung. So it's called a pneumothorax.
Okay.
Is what I had, which is like a collapsed lung. So your lung has a bag around it, essentially, that kind of protects the inside lung, and it's like supposed to be stuck to each other. So when your lung breathes, both the bag around your lung and your lung expand with it. So a pneumothorax is when the outer layer of your lung gets punctured and oxygen gets in between your lung and that bag around your lung. Understand? So when you breathe, there's air filling up a large capacity of your lung. So your lung can't expand and you can't breathe. You can't catch a breath because, your lungs collapse. Like, so it'll look like when your lungs usually full and round, one of your lungs will be like a dead bag, like an uninflated bag, and the bag around it is filled with oxygen. So they put that tube through my ribs into my lung, and I had to have that shit for like 10, 11 days.
Oh my
God. Stitch the tube into your skin so that it can't be pulled out, and it's attached to this machine. It's a drain.
Okay.
And it's breathing. You can hear that shit all night long, and you can see that one side is filled with blood and the other side is like filled with like, it's draining the blood out of your lungs. You get what I'm saying? And so I had that. And then on the same side, my whole entire fucking arm is like all shot up real bad. All the way up to my shoulder and fucking. So that had like a huge wound back on it with more tubes going to another pump attached to some shit. And then I had a drain, another tube. And these are all tubes like they're putting into your body. This one's still like, if I were to like even right now when I'm like tickling the scar, I swear to God, it feels so weird, dog. It almost feels like, I don't know if you ever like when you like cleaning your motherfucking belly button, get like a tickly, like a crazy sensation. It's almost like how that scar feels all the way into the pit of my gut. It's the weirdest thing. Just doing it right now damn near gave me the heebie-jeebies because I feel it. I almost feel that tube. So it was a tube going all the way into my stomach, also stitched to my skin on a drain. So I had 3 different drains in the bed coming from different directions, tubes like can't stand up, and all up my whole entire body. I was covered in this. It was scary looking. Like if you didn't know any better, you would have thought a motherfucker was out of there. Like they're like these, it's like a suit almost they put you in that has airbags in it. and it'll like fill up in different parts of your body to keep you from getting blood clots.
Oh my god.
Because you're laying in bed for so long.
Yeah.
So it like puts pressure. It's like, yeah, an airbag. It puts pressure on this foot, lets up the other one, your arms, your legs, like everywhere around you. It's like a breathing fucking, yeah, to keep you from getting blood clots. But it was like, it was scary, right? So it was scary looking. I was just glad to be alive. The first thing I said, there was a nurse. I looked, I said, they said, you know what day it is? I was like, I don't remember. Yeah, obviously I remember it was September 1st. But I thought it was the next day. And they were like, man, you've been in a coma for a few days. They were like, you don't know what day it is? I was like, and then the first thing I did, homie, was grab my balls, dog. I swear to God. And I said, first thing I did was grab my balls and make sure I could feel everything because I was sure that I was paralyzed or something fucking crazy they were about to tell me.
Yeah.
And then I said, how long am I going to have a shit bag for? And they were like, on the computer, they were like, you don't have a colostomy bag. I was like, I don't. But my whole stomach, I have the scar, obviously, from all the way, cut up all the way. They only closed the inner part of my stomach. There's like different layers of skin. So they only closed the inner layer of my skin and then filled the whole entire shit up with this crazy foam and then had it taped. My whole entire stomach was taped all crazy.
What the fuck?
Clear plastic over like saran wrap and fucking duct taped all the way around my stomach. But you could see this foam that they filled. And that's because they need the inner side of your stomach to heal together for a few days. And then they came in and stapled the outside skin together. And I had them staples for 2-3 weeks. But like there's layers. There's like, they can't just close all the layers up at the same time. They have to make sure the inside of you heals. And then the skin is easy to staple the skin, but the inside needs to, where they cut me open, and I have a big nasty scar, dog. My shit is.
Oh wow.
They was not trying to be beautiful with it. They was like, we trying to save this kid's life.
Yeah.
So we gonna fucking Frankenstein this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I'm skipping around in the order of how things are going and how it's just coming to my mind. So this isn't in chronological order.
Yeah.
The staples was on the 10th or 11th day that I was there. They couldn't put me to sleep again. They were like, you were in a coma. They were like, there's no way we're gonna now do anesthesia.
Yeah.
They're like, so the only way that we're gonna be able to staple you up right now without you being in pain is to do a ketamine IV.
Ooh.
And I was like, I've never done ketamine before. All my homies, like,
ketamine's fire.
growing up, my homies sniff it. And I just always was like a little scared.
Yeah.
I've tried acid, mushrooms, Miley, ecstasy, tried everything else except ketamine, crack, heroin, and meth. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to say. But this was the IV one from the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you, it's all on film too. I have all this shit. My mom and my boy, everyone was in there filming. I was in another world, homie, but I was there. I couldn't move. It's a tranquilizer.
Yep.
So
You were K-holed.
I couldn't move anything at all, not even my eyeballs. I couldn't even look left or right, but I could open my eyelids. And when my eyelids were open, I told them, I'm like, we're right here on Rinaldi at Mission Hospital, and this is Dr. I'm talking.
Yep.
But I couldn't move. But when I closed my eyes, I was up in the sky looking over planets with pyramids on them, like rings around it like fucking Saturn. But I was looking at pyramids and full civilizations in other planets, and then I'd blink and I would be looking over like some shit that looked like the Battle of 300, like thousands of years ago, like the Spartans at war in the middle of the fucking, you know what I'm saying? And then I was at the Coliseum, snap my fingers, I'm looking at other, like literally every second, I was like in a different, I was looking at pirate ships, but from the sky though. I was in the sky looking down at like these like historical moments. And I was telling the story. I was saying what I was seeing while I was seeing it. And the doctors was sitting there cracking up, my parents filming it. It was like the first moment of the whole hospital stay that was like actually like kind of comedic, because it was a very extremely stressful and hard thing on my on me. I mean, obviously me, but my family and all my loved ones. Motherfuckers didn't know if I was gonna live or die. It was all over the news, every social media, critical condition. Wakko the Kidd shot 6 times, and then 4 days go by, still no news if the surgeries worked. So like I put a lot of people through a lot of stress with this situation. So it was funny. The ketamine shit was funny. But another funny moment that my mother, rest in peace, thought was the funniest thing, and she told everyone in my family and embarrassed the shit out of me, right? So when I first woke up, like after, they pulled that shit out, they pulled the catheter out, which I didn't feel at all. Not the lung catheter, the fucking dick catheter, right? I didn't feel it because I was on so much drugs, but my shit went... It had a fucking dick queef, dog. And my mom said it. My mom was like, "What? Was that your ass?" And I was like, "No." And this was right after they pulled the fucking catheter out. So forever and a day,
oh God,
my mom, told my whole family like, "Yo, he just dick queefed." Like it was like, so it's been a hilarious thing that I've never heard of. But
I didn't even know you could do that.
It's very possible if you have a catheter with air and oxygen stuck and then you pull it out.
Yeah.
That was another hilarious moment. But on the flip side, my PTSD while I was in the hospital was insane, out of this world, bro. I was having the craziest nightmares, and it was probably the drugs mixed with the shock of what I was going through. But I was freaking the fuck out in the hospital, bro. Like there was times where like in the middle of the night, there was like a janitor out there mopping the floor in headphones, and he would be like rapping or some shit. Or like I would just think motherfuckers was coming to get me. I'd be hitting the button like, "Yo, it's motherfuckers in the hallway, they trying to come get me, bro." Like, and the nurse is like, "Yo, it's like police at the front door of every hospital, metal detectors." But I would wake up like heart beating, like can't breathe, trying to catch my breath, like full out fucking panic attack, and then look around and be like, I can't even move. Like I got tubes coming out of me everywhere. It was like some Tupac shit. Like, I like in the way of, Pac rapped about his situation in the hospital and him thinking they trying to kill him and put poison in his IV or whatever it may be. Like there's a lot of Tupac lyrics where he was talking about when he was in the hospital, motherfuckers was trying to get him, or the hospital was trying to kill him, or the government, whatever he was talking about. But I related to it because I was like, man, the whole time I was in there, I was full out maniac, like losing my mind. And I thought that I was gonna be fucked with PTSD forever. Bad like that, because like I probably do like have some sort of PTSD because I'm in the fucking rear view mirror all the time now. Like I be thinking people like trying to follow me, but it's not like how it was. Like it's not Rambo. Rambo had PTSD and he flipped out and killed everyone. So like when I think of PTSD, I think of Rambo and what he had from Vietnam and shit. But it's like little shit. I think I'm just more careful. That's how I would like to call it. But when I was in the hospital, I was having these lucid dreams where I was literally like running around in my dream. And I remember one of them, like I had ripped the fucking tubes out of me, bro. And I was running down the street, and it was like this whole conspiracy. The police were like trying to get me. And then I'm like dying in the middle of the street, and they're like, the ambulance is like, "Oh shit, what's going on?" And then they realize who I am. In the ambulance, they were like, "Oh shit, we gotta go." And I'm like bleeding out of my stomach, about to die, and and I can't wake up from this fucking dream. And like, it was the craziest shit. Like the police, like, but it's actually a crazy dream because the police raided my crib when I was in the hospital. They kicked the door in my crib because it happened in the driveway of my crib. So essentially what the police said was if they found out that it was a drug deal gone bad or gang activity, then it's off their desk and they don't have to investigate it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to do nothing. They're like, cool.
Yep.
Sorry that happened. But so they went in the crib and to try to see if like we wasn't selling no dope. It was they ended up getting the cameras and all that and seeing that it was like a robbery. And they were like, okay, well, now we have to pursue this.
Mm-hmm.
But that was why they kicked the door. And they kicked the door into my recording studio too. They were trying to figure something out because I was in a coma.
Yeah.
They couldn't talk to no one. And then when it came down to it, they were trying to like go through my phone and they were trying to record me and, do a bunch of police shit. And I basically was like, hey, like I can't even, like I'm an artist. There ain't no way I'm gonna speak on this and ruin my career.
Yeah.
Like y'all do your job. And they were like, okay, well then we'll never tell you if we, catch whoever did it. And I was like, all right, cool. Like whatever, I don't care.
So you don't know if they ever did anything.
I don't know if they ever got caught,
Mm-hmm.
But I never went back to court. They were like, when we catch them, you're going to have to testify. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm never coming to any court. I'm never doing any of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and the cops were in there. They were like, they came and did that while I was in the hospital bed. The police came in. They were like, we just heard that you woke up. We need to interview you. I was like, hey, bro, I was on all these drugs. I was like, dog, that's
Yeah.
snitching.
Fuck all that.
I was like, that's snitching, dog. I'm not.
Yeah.
That's what I told them. They looked at each other like, oh, brother. They're like, all right, buddy, we're out of here. Like,
I mean, that's got to suck to feel almost like in a way they kind of got away with it. It sounds like.
I mean, shit. God works his ways. You know what I'm saying? No one does no shit like that and gets away with it. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers gonna burn in hell. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, they
around
got
it.
some karma coming.
What? They probably already went through it. They might not even be around anymore.
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, bro, hearing the way you describe that, it's like genuinely incredible that you're sitting here doing this show right now.
Imagine that I got out, was shooting music videos because we was viral.
Yeah.
At that time, and the shit was viral. Everything I was posting going crazy, like, without fans. Now my shit goes crazy with fans and from people that already know. But this shit was going viral just off the story, and there are new people that had never heard of me. I'm shooting music videos, running around. I still got one tube coming out of my stomach that I had to like walk around with, but I was still like trying to do as much as I could.
Yeah.
News interviews, we did fucking 10 KTLA, CBS, Fox.
There was a ton of news articles about this.
So we was running around like doing press, promoting the album and shit like that. You know, like trying to make something good out of it.
Hell
And
yeah.
so negative ass situation, but we got the light on us, and I'm an artist. Least we gonna do is tell him about this motherfucking music, about my story, because I have a crazy one. I have a crazy story. So, but, my lung recollapsed 3 weeks after I got out of the hospital, and that was almost worse than the entire first.
Really?
Because when I got shot, I didn't feel anything. I just felt hot, and it felt like someone was pressing really hard, like in the middle of my stomach. Like I felt pressure, and I remember talking like this, but that's because my lung was collapsed. Fucking, But what was I saying? What was I just saying? What was the point?
You were talking about when your lung recollapsed and how it was worse than.
It was worse because I didn't feel any pain from getting shot.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. And then I woke up in the hospital on 100 drugs. So I never felt pain. I felt uncomfortability. I felt fear. I felt, all types of emotions. But it wasn't painful. Shout out to all the drugs, and shout out to when you get shot, it just feels hot. You don't feel the pain. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've heard people say that before it ever happened to me, but I can contest that I did not know where I was shot.
It's really true.
I couldn't tell the ambulance or the police where I was even hit because I couldn't. It just felt hot. I just felt hot all over. So I never felt pain the first visit. The second visit, I had a fucked up. My lung collapsed for 3-4 days
Yep.
before I could muster up as a man to go back to the hospital. You know, going to the hospital is like no one wants to do that shit.
Yep.
So I was walking around thinking the shit was gonna get better, and by the 4th day, bro, I'm almost just from walking 20 feet about to faint. Couldn't even breathe. I went there and they're like 911. They're like, lay in this bed right now, emergency surgery. I was like, can I come back like tomorrow? Can I get my shit? And like, they were like, do you want to die? They're like, you've been walking around with a collapsed lung, bro. They're like, you need to lay in this bed right now. So it took everything in me as a man. It took, when I got shot, ain't no choice. You on the way to the hospital. This was like, life happened, some shit went wrong, and you got to come back now. And wide awake, we gonna shoot this big ass needle in you again on the same side where you already got the scar from the first time. We gotta cut you open again. We gonna shoot you up with the shit, which is the worst pain ever. They shoot you up with the local anesthesia.
Yep.
But when for something like a lung collapse, they give you one shot in your skin, which is like unbelievably painful. It's like, you know, like a needle in your mouth when you go to the dentist, but, you know, in like a soft area, like under my armpit and shit like that.
Yep.
And then they come with this giant needle that goes all the way through you into your ribs, into the meat of your ribs. So they're able to slice you all the way through in between your ribs and then stick the tube in there. They have to get the breathing tube in between your ribs into your lungs.
God, this shit makes me squeamish, bro. Holy fuck.
I was wide awake for this. Scalpel and everything. They were like, look away. I'm talking about scalpel, weird, and they sliced me straight open.
No.
Put the tube in and then stitched the tube to my skin so that it couldn't come out.
I'd pass the fuck out, bro.
Bro, it was really traumatic. It was almost more traumatic when I, like, the way my stomach feels now is worse than when I was telling you all the stories about the queef dick and the fucking ketamine and the first time I was in the hospital, because I was drugged up. I wasn't drugged up for this. They gave me local anesthesia. Now, the second after they put me back in the hospital, within 5 minutes, I was on morphine. They put the morphine drip.
Yep.
And it was the second trip where I realized that I have a sick, unbelievable fucking demon almost for morphine. And I've never done any other drugs like opiates. I'm not into it. I've never done it ever since I left the hospital. But even when I think about the morphine right now, it makes me feel like I'm a heroin addict. Like what I can imagine.
Yeah.
So growing up, sadly, with all my Juggalo homies, a large percentage of my homies are or were heroin addicts that either passed away or like one or two of them got clean.
Yeah.
But I never understood it because they just want to all day be standing up, falling over. And this is before fentanyl.
Yeah.
This was black tar heroin. Like in other places, they have fucking China white and, you know, different powders. But this was black tar heroin. It smells like vinegar and it looks like black sludge. And they would smoke it off a tinfoil, or you could drop water on it and light it on a tinfoil or whatever, and it turned it to a liquid that you could inject. So I never understood it. But after that second trip I was on morphine for 10 days already the first time. Now I'm back for another 10 days because that tube in your lung takes 10 days to get the blood and shit out, right? So it's like that morphine, bro, I understood. I was like, damn, heroin's even stronger than this.
Yep.
I understand my homies, rest in peace, like whatever they were dealing with in pain, like this shit had to numb it. Because the second that morphine, I had to cancel a tour. I was about to go on tour, my first tour ever, when my lung recollapsed. I had all these shows lined up. I'm viral.
Thank God you didn't go on that, bro. I mean,
but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm viral at that moment. I'm getting bookings, people trying to interview us. 50 Cent and Tony Yayo name dropped me talking about the situation. This shit's viral. As a kid that's been rapping my whole life, I'm like, oh shit, my shit getting thousands of likes on it. It's
this
going
is your
crazy.
moment right here. Yeah.
And then my lung recollapsed. Can't do none of the shows. I'm stuck in this hospital. So I'm really sick about it. But another very traumatic part of it was not knowing for days at a time if I was going to get better or if they needed to do an open lung surgery. Because that's what the doctor was saying. He was like, hey, your shit's not looking right. You know, you've been in here for 7-8 days and you can see on your x-rays, they wake you up at 4 a.m. every morning. And when you can't get out of bed, they put this big metal thing. They make you sit up a little bit and slide it behind your back, and they put the x-ray over the bed.
Yep.
And they were like, you can see your lung is the same as when it came in, bro. This shit's not working. We're going to give you 2 more days, bro. And if not, we have to do open lung surgery. I'm sorry to tell you, you know? And I remember sitting there just crying and praying and like not knowing what the fuck. And then this old Chinese man who was the lung specialist. So that was the main doctor that was telling me about the open lung surgery. He's not a lung doctor. The doctor when you go to the hospital, they give you different doctors, but the main doctor is educated across the whole body, but he's not a specialist in anything.
Yep.
So the Chinese lung doctor came in. He said, look, bro, he said, I've looked into your like thing. He's like, I need to take a stab at you, bro. Like, he was trying to be funny. He's like, I need to take a stab at you. I hate to say it, but he's like, open lung surgery, bro. You don't want that shit, bro. You're going to have a scar down your whole fucking, he's like, I think that I can go in there with a scope and another tube and pop these bubbles. And if we can do that, these air pockets pop, then your lung fills up automatically that space of the pneumothorax that I was telling you about between the bag and your lung. You pop them air bubbles, your lung expands instantly again, and then you just drain the blood out. So we went through that whole thing wide awake, and this one was definitely probably the most scariest thing I ever went through because they made it a big ass deal, dog. Every 8 doctors in there, full hazmat suits with the fucking glass in the hole.
Yep.
Taped my face to the bed with cellophane and shit. So my breath, everything about it, because they were about to cut me open even more. And it's like an open, it was scary, bro. Like there was people behind the window doing shit on the computer to work this machine. It was like a full on open thing. But he digging in me. And I'm like, oh, like I feel a tube inside my lung, gang.
Oh my God.
And I'm wide awake. And I'm like, I'm on morphine and shit like that, but I'm still completely coherent. And I feel this shit just moving around in my chest. I'm like, fuck. And he's sitting there moving it and it doesn't sound good. You know, he like, oh man. He's like, dude, he's struggling. And then finally he's like, I need you to breathe as deep as you can, bro. And then breathe it all out. Oh, as hard as you can. And this motherfucker went in there and he was like, yes, pop. Everyone in there, all the doctors start clapping. They're like, oh my God. I'm like, what happened? He's like, look at the screen. He's like, all the fucking air bubbles are gone. Like I popped that one I couldn't reach. And he was like, so it was like a real roller coaster, not knowing.
What a beast of a doctor.
What a beast of a doctor. He was an old Chinese dude. He was like at least 60 for sure.
Yep. What a guy. That guy was literally, that guy was like a real blessing dropped in, you know?
Yeah.
He clutched up.
And then I'd say another bad part was when all the drains were done and finished. You know, the doctor got to come in. I went through this twice, 2 different hospital visits. Lay on your side. They cut the stitches off the tube that's in your lung and they push down on you. They say, breathe in, breathe out. Ugh. And they pulled it as fast as they can. This whole plastic fucking catheter tube that's in your shit, in my stomach on the other side. That was the weirdest shit ever. And I felt it, bro, in a part of your body that you never want to feel. It's just like, you don't even want to know that feeling exists.
Yeah.
To be touched in the middle of your fucking intestines pause.
Oh, God, dude.
It was like all the way, they had a tube all the way going through my shit and they pulled it out. Because I don't know if there's nerves inside your stomach or intestines, I would imagine, whatever, but your food don't make you feel them.
Mm-hmm.
That tube running along the walls of the shit makes you feel it.
Yeah.
Makes you be aware of some shit that you've never been aware of in your life. So it was a very, very traumatic situation. But yeah, like I said, I had never broken down the hospital stay on camera before, and I felt like it was a lot of information that's like, funny, scary,
no,
crazy.
that was
all
sick, dude.
Yeah.
It was dope learning about that. I mean, I've never I've never even considered how intricate that shit gets.
Yeah.
You know, saving someone's life in that situation.
Oh, it's serious, man.
That's fucking crazy.
20 doctors involved.
I got one question that's burning my mind right now.
Yeah.
How big was that medical bill?
I ain't never even see it. That health insurance, shout out to my mom's. I was 24, 23.
So you were right before the cutoff. Oh, let's go.
So the insurance, I know that my shit probably went up, but like we never
Yeah.
like I think 3,000 is what we owed cash after a gang of surgeries and 20 something days stay in a hospital. And this was in Mission Hills, it was the trauma center right here in Mission Hills. They were awesome, man. They saved my life in that place. The ambulance saved my life in North Hollywood. Like, it was all a blessed. Everyone had angels with them.
Yeah.
The old Chinese man a month later, you know, everyone that had to lay a hand on me was blessed and had the hand of a fucking angel on them, guiding them to make sure I was straight. Cause I had that's the whole other thing, bro. When I was in that coma, bro, I had a relationship with God, bro. I talked to God. Whatever that was in that moment, it wasn't a face or a person, but it was like an energy that it was a higher power that I was speaking with that made me feel, bro, like I had a choice to die.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to live. And when I did, but death wasn't scary though. It was beautiful. It was warm and welcoming and family, and it was like heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like, oh, I don't want to die. I very well could have chose to go and it would have been extremely comfortable. But I hadn't reached my dreams yet at that point. I still haven't. But I'm living them now.
Yeah.
My music and everything else that I care so much about that I hadn't won yet at that point, hadn't happened, bro. I still had a mission. I still had something to do on this planet. So that conversation with God was different, even though heaven maybe even felt better or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be heaven, and whoever's watching can call it whatever they want. But whatever direction dying was some shit that was better than going back to being in a body that hurts and, you know, feels pain and emotions and, you know, you have to get up and walk around and there's shit like, you know what I'm saying? It was the dying direction was much more of a beautiful sensation or like a direction to go.
Yeah.
And that's something that I have spoke about because I think it's very important because if people aren't spiritual, they should try and go die real quick because then I'm just playing. But you will if a near-death situation ever happens to you, a lot of times, at least with me, you know, that shit, I was already a believer in a greater, higher power. Like I said, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual.
Yeah.
But that shit, I know for a fact.
That solidified it for
It's
you.
solidified. I know for a fact I'm not a believer at all anymore. I'm not a believer. I'm a knower. Like I know for a fact it's some shit greater than what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I was in another dimension, if you will. When I was in that coma, I was in another world experiencing some other shit, not in my body. I was astral projecting or, you know,
Yeah.
I was somewhere else.
Kind of unrelated, but I guess in a sense related. Have you ever smoked DMT? Would you
Absolutely.
Would you say that it really is similar to a near-death experience, like a lot of people say?
Yeah, there's like an ego death part of the shit where it's like you lose all sense and connection of who you are and who your personality is.
Yep.
Like any ego and this character that you've created in your head of who you are, whether like most people don't realize it, but everyone is someone in their head that they're playing a role, whether they name it I'm Wakko or not, just a regular person, Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo gets up every day and acts the way he acts because that's the way he is and that's his character.
Yep.
DMT deconstructs you, and when you blast off and like go to sleep for them couple minutes, yeah, it like deconstructs you from reality all the way into another dimension. Like I've done, I don't say only, but I've done DMT twice, both times as a teenager, and both times I took a dab of it, like a big fat dab on a fucking iron skillet.
Classic way to do it.
And held that shit. And when I tell you it is the worst tasting and smelling shit in the fucking world, I think DMT smells like fucking death. Like what I would imagine death smells like is DMT.
Yeah.
Really foul. But I don't think it's a fun high. Some of my homies have in the past, but I think it's like a spiritual enlightenment. It's
For
like
sure.
not supposed to be fun.
Yeah, you're going on a journey.
Yeah. And the ketamine reminded me of it because when I was one of the things that I remember in my DMT trips is that I saw pyramids and that I was in another world. I was in another dimension. I had my eyes closed. It knocked me out. When I blast off, I fucking go under. But I was in a place that I could imagine was just like astral projection or like ketamine or like being in a coma or dreaming, because the drug DMT releases the chemical in your brain that is released when you die, when you're born, and when you dream. So if it makes sense that it's all kind of connected. Yeah, DMT is crazy. I have like I said, it's been since I was a teenager, but both times I did it, I saw this Native American dude like paint on his face and like feathers and like all types of crazy shit, and he could fly. And we were flying, like not like Superman, but like we were sitting like crisscross applesauce, and I can't even cross my legs like that in real life. Like that shit's like uncomfortable for me. But like in my trip, and the Native American dude was looking at me the same, and we were looking right at each other, but we were like in space, bro, looking at planets and shit. Like
a crazy way to travel.
We were, it was definitely like astral projection, but I can't take it in any other way that he was like my spirit guide. He was like my guardian angel, like this Native American dude. And it was like both times I remember seeing the same entity, if you will. And it was crazy. And the experience of when you first smoke it though, before you go under, when you first are like, okay, am I feeling it yet? Bro, it was like, have you ever seen a sped up version of someone drawing a sketch, turning it into like some real life shit?
Yeah.
Like imagine like a time lapsed. It was the opposite of that. It went from real life to being everything broken down, the walls, the angles, then everything was like pencil lines into like white, into like nothing until I was like out. It was the craziest thing. Like the walls and my hands and everything went from real to like a sketch, like a pencil out into into just nothing. It was the craziest experience. That was only one time though. That was the first time I did it.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was a real crazy experience.
I'm always curious because DMT is like the one drug I didn't do when I was younger. I did pretty much everything else under the sun. I smoked crack one time, did the whole shebang, but like DMT, I was scared, bro. I was always scared of it.
Man, it's definitely it's not to do for fun. Some people like it for fun, but it's an amazing experience that I think everyone in the world should do once. There's no addiction. People don't die from DMT. There's no there's no stories of people dying. It's completely natural, and it's found in everything that's living in the entire world.
There's DMT in us right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
When we dream. But it's definitely like the dream drug, and it's a crazy experience, and it only lasts 10, 15 minutes. By 20 minutes, like you're like, whoa, that was crazy, and you're back to normal. But like after I woke up for the next like 5 minutes, it was sacred geometry all over the walls in neon colors.
Oh, shit.
Like the lines were every color you could imagine at the same time, like changing, like almost like some shit that would give you like a fucking seizure, like one of those like seizure warning videos with all the lights changing. But it was sacred geometry all over the walls in my hands, and it was like coming back into like the Matrix almost.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow. So kind of bringing it, back to the current timeline, after you gotten out of the hospital and everything, it seems almost like, in a way, like the universe kind of gave you a good one, because shortly after you got out of the hospital, you got signed to Psychopathic Records, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, so to elaborate on that, there's no contract,
Okay.
and it's a beautiful thing. There's no contract because they don't want anything from me other than to rep the hatchet, to rep this shit and to push this shit and do me. They like me for me. They don't want me to switch up. They don't want me to start making their style of music. Like they want me to, you know, like be me.
Yep.
They don't want any percentage of sales, no percentage of the merch. They allow me to use the logo. And they promote me. I did 90 something shows with them in the last year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, it's been
a fuckload of shows.
yeah,
dude.
it's been, and I got a 30-minute set right before them every night. Interviews. We did the Pauly Shore, the Pauly Shore show with ICP. They brought me on there with them. It's another interview to check out. This is pretty cool. It's pretty funny. But they've done all types of shit for me that like a label, like a real label would even struggle to do for their artist. But no contract. So, but when you look at all the shit, it says Psychopathic Records.
Yeah.
When you, every night on tour, ICP at the end of the show, Violent J, like, make some noise for Psychopathic Records on Wakko the Kidd. Like, give me a shout out from going on right before him and shit. So, it's official. I'm definitely a psychopathic artist. They want to see me win, bro. They don't want no contract. They're like, dog, you're our dog. Like, we just want to rock with you and we want to rep you.
Yeah.
They came at me like, man, like how you're excited about us. They're like, bro, we're excited about you, bro. We think you're dope. Like, we with you. Like, we want to with you the same way you want it. So it's been a mutual thing. Like, they don't want people underneath them. Yeah. They want people seeing eye to eye. Like, you know, they fucking icons, bro. Legends. I'm not saying I see, you know, but as far as like men handling our own shit, like I don't need nothing from him. I don't want no handout from them. I want to bring to the table. Yeah. And that's when I came to them and I came to Violent J and I said, yo, you should have your own strains. Mm-hmm. We'll run it up. He was like, man, let's do it. Like shit. And that's how we first ever, you know, got to fucking around together and like building a relationship. But yeah, I just wanted to elaborate because you on the signed word. Yeah. Because every time they've asked them in interviews who their artists are, Wakko the Kidd and Ouija Mac. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to almost, you know, say how blessed I am. Because any other situation, if you went to any other rapper that had an artist that they were putting on and taking on the road and like, you know, allowing them to use the logo and all this shit, like they would want the motherfucker on contract.
100%.
So it's an extremely unique situation. And not just that, them other rappers that would want their artist on contract are nowhere near as influential as ICP or as big as ICP or as powerful to the fans. Yep. Like another artist could have a bigger fan base than ICP. They could be more famous, maybe. Mm-hmm. But just because they say Whoop-de-Wop is my new artist is not going to put him on. You know, like ICP got, like, we're juggalos. Like,
it's a dedicated community.
These are icons to us. These are idols to us. So when they say Wakko the Kidd is the shit, instantly, that's what it is.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, and like the fans gravitate to it. The juggalos gravitate to it instantly. And notice I said fans and juggalos because it's two different things. There's fans of ICP that are not juggalos. You get what I'm saying? A 100%. Juggalo is a fully dedicated, more than just a fan of liking a few songs. It's
a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, yeah. Yep. So the fans and juggalos alike both, you know, fully embrace me and like, you know, we've had our haters and shit like that don't want shit to change and they old and but once people see like, damn, look at his story, like he really been through all this shit and he's a juggalo, like pictures of him at 12 years old with face paint on and they're like, damn, like this is like, how could I hate on that? Yeah. There's been a ton of people that came to me and they were like, bro, I was online hating in the comments talking shit on YouTube. They're like, bro, as a man, like I just had to come to you and be like, yo, salute, bro. Like I thought that you was a fucking industry plant. And then like we started seeing your posts and older shit and we had to eat our words, bro. They're like, well, you know, like that ain't no Juggalo love. Like that's not what we're about. So I've heard that a bunch of times.
Hell yeah. One thing that I wanted to ask you earlier that I forgot about, but I just remembered. Do you ever worry having a brand like Airheads? Do you ever think like the candy company is going to get pissed?
I mean, we changed the logo. We changed the spelling.
Yeah.
We like to change the like how the character looks, and you know what I'm saying. Shit, they need to go ahead and hire me to come up with flavors for them.
Yeah, it seems like you got a lot of them.
Yeah.
The only reason I ask is because my brand is Only Gas, and this is our new logo because previously we had one that was very close to the OnlyFans logo, and they actually cease and desisted us. So
Wow.
they had lawyers hit us up, but they were really cool about it. So
Yeah.
we didn't have to like owe them anything. They were cool about it. But yeah, I always wonder when I see brands that are like, you know, the logo's like a parody or like a play on something. It's like sometimes those companies get real like defensive about it.
Yeah.
You know, they get pissed. But
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if it's, you know, yours looks different enough.
Shout
I
out
think.
to them, man. I love the candy.
Their heads are so fire. What's the best color you think?
I like watermelon and white mystery.
The white
White
mystery
mystery and
one's
watermelon.
sick. Yep.
I like all of them. I'm ready to go get some right now.
Is the white mystery like I've seen some people claim that it's like it can be any of the flavors. Is white mystery its own flavor?
It's
or
its
is it
own
like,
flavor, and I've never tasted a different tasting white mystery. Every time it's in the silver pack, the original,
Yep.
it always tastes the same.
Yep. To me, it almost
like a
tastes
white
like
cherry.
yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a white cherry flavor. Yeah, it is pretty good. So for everyone watching at home that wants to keep up with you, that wants to tap in, what's coming up for you soon? You got any big stuff coming?
Man, I got these albums I'm working on. And like I told you earlier, I'm wacko. I'm ADHD as fuck. I can't work on one project at a time. So I work on 2-3 albums at a time that all have different sounds to them. They all have a sound. Like I'm working on a project with Choo Choo right now. He one of Lil Durk producers and done all types of shit with. He from Chicago, done a bunch of legendary songs.
Yeah.
One project with him, the kid that did, he produced every song. He made every beat.
Yeah.
So there's a sound on that. But then I'm also working with Mike Seven Summers, who is Tech Nine, Eminem, you know, like done unbelievably legendary production. And he's a fucking musical genius, piano, like a real genius. So we have a rap project that we working on that's like, it's really some dark shit. Like I was going through a dark time when I started it.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of adding a couple more songs that I need to conjure up. Like my mother passed away on Christmas, this last Christmas. So like this last few months have been like a dark time for me for real. So this album really represents like the real me and how I feel and being able, it's like therapy to me, you know?
Yeah.
But then me and Seven, Mike Summers, are working on another album that's all like rock and pop shit, and it's all like smash record, stadium sounding like hit records. Man, you know the band Toto?
No, I don't.
You don't know the song Africa? Toto?
Okay, I do know that song. Yep.
I got Toto on a record.
Fire.
I got Steve Lukather, arguably the biggest guitar player that ever lived.
Yeah.
So my mom was a business manager that worked for a firm that managed Toto for like the last 20 years.
Perfect connection.
He spoke at my mom's funeral. He's always shown love to me. He's known me since I was a little kid, and he's a fucking legend. Like,
Yep.
so Toto got diamond records like Africa, Hold the
Yeah.
Line, Love Isn't Always. They have smash records on their own.
Yeah, it's a huge hit.
But then you got to think Toto and Steve Lukather did Beat It, did the music for Beat It, down
Yeah.
for Michael Jackson. So they have, not only do they have their own hits, they have Michael Jackson hits, like all types of major singers were working with them, and they would do the background music, and the other singer would sing on that specific song.
Yeah.
But they have hits in so many different directions. And my Uncle Luke, man, for real, that's like family to me. And I have this it's like a alternative pop record that sounds like some fucking early 2000s shit, like some Blink-182 type shit that I'm a real musician. I'm a real artist. I love music. I'm not stuck to just rapping. I grew up in a household with all instruments. So this anyway, I had this pop rock record that's, you know, like everyone that listens to it, we believe that it's like a hit, like motherfucker be in movies or the intro of an anime or anything like that. So I went to Uncle Luke and I said, hey, like, I got this record that we taking serious and I need a guitar solo on it. You know what I'm saying? I need a guitar solo on that bitch.
Yeah.
And he was like, I got you, pull up. Shredded the old man, unbelievable experience because like when I tell people, I'm like, yo, they're like Toto. They're like you sampled like a song like on the beat or something. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, like that's my uncle right there, dog. Like he like, you know, he bled like this the real deal. So it's like this rock project I'm working on is crazy. It's nothing but real. I don't want to call it mainstream sounding, but it all sounds like very. I like to call it stadium shit, bro. It sounds
Polished.
Yeah, it's polished and it's like some different shit. It's not just rap. It's like pop, to be honest. It
Sounds fucking dope.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's the best music I've ever made so far.
Mm-hmm.
And the shit just sounds like $1 million. When I listen to this project I'm working on, I'm excited about it. So
Hell yeah.
I got 3 projects on the way, more tours, main stage at the Gathering of the Juggalos in Missouri this year in August. New collaborations. We got an Airheads drop with Shy Glizzy dropping soon. New drops with ICP, new songs with ICP. Man, we got so much going on. Hella music videos. My boy Lad Fury shoot everything that we do. I do Eat with Wakko, which is my food channel because I'm a serious foodie. I travel the world and eat at Michelin restaurants and go on. I had the Michelin app on my phone. And it's my brother that's with us with the camera at all times.
Yeah.
So we were like, why don't we just film the food too? Why wouldn't we make content when we're eating all this crazy shit around the whole world at these good ass restaurants? So more Eat with Wakko. We doing a documentary. We got all types of shit in the works. New products, the Airhead vapes. Man, just nothing but dreams. All types of new merch. You know, we got jerseys, socks, hats, fucking obviously shirts and rolling trays, and we got the whole line of merch. A lot of shit I'm excited about. Yeah, man, new jewelry, new watches. I'm a watch collector. I love watches. Man, just everything that I like and love, like I'm on it.
Hell yeah.
I'm a real go-getter. I got the gift of drive. And it's a rare thing because a lot of people don't have that. But I have a serious passion for going and getting it. I got a serious passion for the hustle just for the sake of the hustle.
Yeah.
You know, so anything that I love, I'm going to go out and get it. I advise anyone listening to go out and get it. If you have a dream, if you don't have a dream, well, you better sleep harder or something because you got to figure this out. You got to figure out what you love. This is the best advice I could ever give anyone. You have to figure out what you love, and then you have to figure out a way to make money off of it. And the detail behind that is, in order for you to be a business owner or create something from scratch and become successful off of it, you're going to have to do it for free for more than likely a long time unless you get very lucky and blow up seemingly overnight.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do what you love for free for a long time, essentially, before you make money off of it. But if you love what you're doing, you don't mind doing it for free because you're doing what you love.
It's fun.
That's the secret to me. Weed and music. This are my two favorite things in the entire world. And then fashion right after that. And then here comes the brand. You get what I'm saying? So everything that I'm into, like I'm trying to be an entrepreneur with. and figure out a way to have my way and have what I want. Cause I have like, don't get me wrong, I'm a scrub and I came from a fucked up situation and heroin and all types of shit. But I'm bougie as fuck. Like, I like nice shit. I'll kick it in the hood and, bro, I grew up picking cigarette butts off the floor and smoking them shits and using the lighter to try to burn the germs off the filter. So, like, I come from literally from under the bridge. We used to kick it under the bridge. So, I don't want people to get the wrong idea, but, like, I like expensive shit. I want to wear Louis Vuitton head to toe. I want to drive more Hellcats, more Lambos, more like this. I have a sick drive, and I need to get it.
Hell
So
yeah.
It's a rare thing when I look around. A lot of people don't have drive, man.
Yep. It's a sad thing to see.
It is a sad thing to see.
And for everyone watching who hasn't followed you yet, which, by the way, all the links are going to be down below if you just scroll down, where can everyone tap in with you at?
Wakko the Kidd, Wakko. That's Wakko with 2 Ks, the Kidd. Everywhere, all platforms, Spotify, your motherfucking mom's house, YouTube, Apple Music, everywhere you could think. Wakko the Kidd, man. And Airheads, Wakko Exotics.
Perfect.
WakkoExotics.com for the merch, too. Y'all see this fly-ass merch? You see what's going on?
Yep. I like the shirt. With that.
It's
a
our
nice
character, Mr. Airheads.
Hell yeah.
And we got him in...
Guy's fried.
Yeah, we got him in 30 different scenarios. He's Freddy Krueger. He's Michael Myers in one shirt. We got him as an alien. We got him as a NASCAR driver.
Hell yeah.
Every different scenario. So this is like our character that we
It's fire.
Yep.
Well, I got to say, bro, this has been a really sick episode, and I appreciate you pulling up, and hopefully we'll see you back here again sometime.
Yeah, man, we got to do it again.
A little
sometime,
check-in
man.
in the future, eh?
For sure.
Thank you all for tuning in and tapping in with this episode 116, I think. Yep, that is correct. I got it right this time. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Sub if you haven't already. Go tap in with Wakko. You know where all the links are. Just scroll down. We'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
A local rapper and his friend are wounded and rushed to the hospital after what police are calling a follow-home robbery.
The victims, rapper Wakko the Kidd. Both men shot multiple times, left in critical condition.
You got shot 6 times?
Yes, sir. They masked up. It's 2 dudes. By the time I even see what's going on, they already like this. And they look and they see the pistol in my hand and they just started shooting. Every time I got shot, it went through me. I said, I'm about to die, bro. I'm butt naked in the street. And then the first thing I did, homie, was grab my balls, dog, to make sure I could feel everything. It was all over the news. When I was in the hospital bed, the police came in. I was like, that's snitching, dog. I'm not. That's what I told them. They looked at each other like, oh, brother.
You're now watching the Gobcast. Viewer discretion is advised.